All right, Rob, let's get this thing started. Just came down within the last few hours that Lamar Jackson said that Friday will be the last day he negotiates his new contract. If it's not settled by then, which reports are saying it won't be most likely, then he will just play the season without a new contract. He's getting $23 million this year, and he's going to play it without the new contract. It's clear, I mean, unless he's just completely being stealth or, secretive about this thing, it's very clear he's not going to sit out, which at this stage of the game I get. But yeah, Rob, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I do understand. I wouldn't want to get the season's about to start. This is very similar to Aaron Judge, if you remember, Chris. Right? The Yankees made him that last offer right before the season started, right? And in that case, he turned it down. I don't know if there's an offer coming, but Aaron said that he didn't want to negotiate during the season, and I agree with that. Like, you want to play, either you get it done before the season starts or you talk to me after the season, right?
I agree with that.
Yeah, I do. I just think you don't want to get caught up in that and be thinking about that
I mean,
stuff.
really, like you said, right, you get it done before the season, you sit out,
right,
and you keep negotiating, or you just play and we'll deal with it after the season.
Right. I just think it's one or the other.
Doesn't need to be a distraction.
I'm with you. Right.
Lamar wants to win more than anything. He wants the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just negotiating will be a distraction. So
right.
I'm cool
which
with
is
that.
good, but you also hope that Lamar doesn't make a mistake and doesn't get an injury or something that could alter his playing ability, Chris. And that's real. Like, he's been hurt and banged up a little bit, and that's the danger, that you go out there and it's real. I mean, everybody can, it won't get hurt. Oh, he'll be fine. Just go play. Okay. That's what people say, and you hope. Dak Prescott was very fortunate, was out there without a deal and got hurt, and somehow it wasn't as bad as we originally thought, and he got back, Chris, got paid, and end the story. But it doesn't always work out that way. So if I'm Lamar, I would be a little disappointed that after all this time of saying, hey, we want to negotiate with Lamar, we're waiting on Lamar. You remember that? We're waiting on Lamar. Lamar finally came around to doing it, and no deal is done. If I'm Lamar, I'm a little disappointed because I was ready to sit down, ready to make a deal. Enough quarterbacks, Chris, have signed this past offseason to give me a clear picture of where am I better than this guy? I'm a little bit better than this guy. I'm not as good as that guy. His slot is there. Slot is there.
I don't. But to me, when you're that caliber of quarterback, and to be honest, Rob, it hasn't even taken an MVP caliber quarterback. Typically, guys reset the market.
No,
typically
I know.
You get paid the most money.
But
I don't even think it's about slotting. I mean, that may be what the Ravens are trying to be about.
No, but I'm saying from the standpoint of where he is, because everybody didn't reset the market.
Right.
Right. So it's a little different.
But Russell Wilson's 34, and it was an extension versus.
No, I get that.
You he had 2 years left on his deal.
Even Kyler Murray got a deal, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Right. But Kyler hasn't done, and I get it. You're right. You could say, well, Kyler should have set the market. But I think this is owners trying to make it clear that what Deshaun Watson got will not become a trend. And obviously, it at least appears from the reports that Lamar wants it to be a trend. I'll say this, Rob, because he's betting on himself, which I'm cool with. But to me, it's different from the Aaron Judge situation in that you and I both, as much as, we both like Aaron Judge. You really like him. We both understood, I believe, I certainly did, why the Yankees didn't break the bank for him initially.
No. Because of his history.
He was injured too much.
Because of his history.
It was
That's
just like, dude, you're
the
always
Yankees
hurt.
didn't do anything wrong, Chris.
No,
I totally agree. There's no
all.
malice at all. They didn't disrespect him. They offered him a very reasonable contract for a guy who hadn't been healthy for 3 years.
Yep. I mean, right. I think both sides did it the right way. He said, okay, I'm going to bet on myself. He's playing terrifically. To me now, it's on the Yankees to make him the highest paid player in baseball.
Judge just hit his 55th today, Chris.
Yep.
The most home runs by a right-handed hitter in a single season for the Yankees. That's
Broke
that's
A-Rod,
incredible.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, so he did, he bet on himself and he won. Look, there are those out there saying that, Lamar is doing it right. Like, even if they franchise him, remember Dak, they franchised him. He ended up getting a ton of money out of it. Same thing for Kirk Cousins. Yeah, it could happen for Lamar. Now, Lamar was good, like very good. He wasn't at his MVP level last year, but he was very good. The team was 8-3 when he was on the field. But Lamar has not run as well each of the last 2 years from his MVP year. Now, you might say that's understandable. I mean, he was a unanimous MVP. So a decline was coming. Okay, that's cool. But his passing hasn't been as good the last couple years either. And then on top of that, there is the injury possibility for any quarterback, but particularly one
for him.
Exactly. And that's our main concern for him.
Right. That's why it's a little different, Chris. I agree. If you were just a pocket passer, and sure you could get hit on the blind side and be hurt or broke a shoulder, or you know what I mean? I get that. That could happen, but him taking hits and guys you're in the open field, or you're trying to make a move, or you're trying to jump over somebody and they come up with their helmet on your knee. I mean, there's just so many things that could happen.
Right. And I am not convinced that just like Dak Prescott, he got injured and Dallas still gave him the bag. If Lamar gets an injury that would make people think, he won't be the same when he comes back. At least running the ball. He'll have to throw it more. Like if he gets hurt running, Rob, you know what I mean? Remember RG3. Now he's not in the class of Lamar Jackson, but he got hurt running.
His rookie year, Chris, he ran off like 8 games in a row. He was the biggest star in the league.
People thought exactly.
Am I
he was
right?
Gonna be
At
the
that
next
time,
big thing.
Remember that? Yes.
Yep. And it was running the football the way he got injured. If Lamar gets hurt running it, Rob, then you are going to hear people shouting from the rooftops, he's got to be more of a pocket passer. When he comes back, he can't run as much. And the thinking may be for the Ravens, well, will he be as valuable? And you might think, well, they're going to take care of him, all he's done for them. I don't know, because they didn't take care of him this time. So he is putting himself at risk. I love the competitiveness in him, Rob. The fan in me, as much as we both have said he should sit out, the fan in me wants to see him play. The guy that loves football, the guy that, understands the competition. I love it. But I also know that it's a huge risk. And it's not as simple as saying, well, this is, he's betting on himself. Yeah, but it's a big risk. So hopefully it works out. If it does, Rob, he will get more money. If it doesn't, it could be really bad.